Hello, beautiful people. I know, y'all. It has been about 3 weeks since I uploaded a video, but it has just been like running a marathon, y'all. Since we moved, I still have things that need to be delivered and things are delayed. It has just been one thing after the next. And I'm the type of person that I don't function well with disorganization. My house needs to be organized and clean for me to be in a good headspace. And I'm not there yet, but we're getting there. I'm back here today, and today I am sipping on just an iced coffee, Nespresso. Actually, this is 2 shots of espresso and oat milk. That is what I'm drinking on today. So today's video is going to be a Freddie and 5, and this is where I give 5 tips, 5 pieces of advice on a particular topic. And Mother's Day just passed, so I thought this would be a timely video talking about, can women really have it all? So I want to share with you all 5 pieces of advice, 5 things that I have done in my life to get to this point of where I do feel like I have it all. Let's talk about, what does having it all really mean? Well, that is a personal journey, right? So what makes one person happy doesn't make another person happy. My goals and aspirations may not be your goals and aspirations. So it's really a personal journey. So for me, it's really about being mentally healthy, physically healthy. Those two are top priority for me, because if you're not mentally healthy, whatever it is you want to accomplish in life, if your mental state is not stable, it's going to be a challenge. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, that is how I define having it all. So how did I get here? So number 1 is high emotional intelligence. And I know you hear that term being thrown around, especially in corporate environments. It's a term that's used often, especially when you're talking about people who are high achievers, people who are successful. They have high emotional intelligence. That to me is very, very important, because everything that we do in life, the decisions that we make, is driven by emotion. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's all about how you feel about something. With the difference is how you manage those emotions, right? If you go through a very traumatic event in your life, I've seen people go through traumatic events and it totally destroys them. Like they never come out of that, or it takes them 5-10 years to come out of it. So high emotional intelligence is very important. There are many articles, a lot of research around it. If you want to find out more about what does this mean, what is this, go to the people who are experts in it. But yeah, high emotional intelligence is very, very important. Number 2, it will help you become good at number 1, and that is therapy. Now, in the Black community, we don't like to really get help for anything health related. We just don't. I mean, that's just part of our culture, where we don't like to go to the doctor. And so getting therapy is something that now is more mainstream. But if you are over 35, you need to be in therapy. I mean, I am a firm believer that everybody needs to be in therapy. And I'm very serious about that, because if I look at the women in my demographic, and I just turned 49 last month, but the women who are my demographic, our lives do not mirror that of most of the women in our families, because they grew up in a very different time. Fast forward to today, most of me and the women in my network, my closest friends, our parents were not mothers, spouses, and also leaders in very large organizations, making as much or more than our spouses. That wasn't happening. So during our parents' generation, so we've had to do a lot of on-the-job learning. You know what I'm saying? OJT. learning as we go. And some things we've had to unlearn. And I think that's where therapy comes into play, is that it's very important that you have that objective viewpoint. When I say therapist, I'm talking about a trained therapist. That is very important. Everyone is, I see trending leadership coach and this and that. For me, I go straight to the experts. In your family, women in your family can probably help you with that. Or, oh, I have to travel now for my job and I'm feeling, this way about it because I have small kids and I'm trying to take care of my spouse and blah, 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 blah. No one in your family can give you advice on that because they've never done it. So therapy to me is very, very important. Right. Number 3 is a vision for your life. I think that, one of the things that we struggle with, especially in our community, just because of the history of our people, and we didn't grow up learning how to plan ahead. And again, it goes back to the generational things and what was happening during our parents' generation. Again, we've had to learn how to budget, how to invest our money, how, all those things we've had to learn. So when you write things down and you think about, okay, where do I want to be next year? What do I want to be in 3 years? Where do I want to be in 5 years? But that is very important, to sit down and write down what your vision is for your life. That is very important. Okay, number 4, and I'm trying to get through these quickly because I could talk about this subject all day long. But number 4 is taking care of yourself. And this is more about physical, eating healthy, eating things in moderation, not letting yourself go too far left. That's very important. So one is eating healthy. I think that, especially as you age, you cannot continue to eat the way you ate when you were 25 or 30. And I'm learning that myself. Also, try to work out at least 3 times a week. If you have to start with 1 time and work up to that, but it's very important to work out because it definitely, if you look at the research, people who work out are more confident, they're in better mood, it's a stress reliever, the list goes on. The last thing in this category is always looking your personal best. I think that's so important. Once you start going down that path of not looking your best, it's hard to come back from that. When I was a stay-at-home mom, it took me 1.5 years to realize that, what am I doing? Like, I was just going out of the house, throwing on a hat, just putting on some leggings, do carpool, go do my errands. And I did not recognize myself because I'm like, what happened? But it's very easy to get into that type of slump in your life. So always look your best. How you look is how you feel. And that is a very, very true statement from experience. All right, we're going to wrap this up with number 5, and that is mentorship. I think it's so important to be able to mentor younger people. And I'm not going to say they have to be younger, they can be older, but I think giving back in that way, it really, for me, mentoring younger people, it keeps me current. It keeps me hip to, what's happening. Our culture shifts very quickly. So for me, especially since I have younger children, I just really, really enjoy that. The other thing is I have mentors who are older than me. I have mentors who are 10, 15 years older than me, and they are people that I can go to. That's a different relationship than my therapist. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's just really, really good to have that good balance in your life with your relationships. Also, I think it's important to just have a diverse group of people that is in your circle, people from different countries, ethnicities, religions, all of those things, I think, just help us thrive as individuals. So that wraps up this Freddie and 5. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want a Freddie and 5 on a particular topic or subject, please leave that information below. I love sharing and doing these types of videos, and I love researching different topics. So please please feel free to leave that information in the comments. So thank you all so much for watching. And if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, please subscribe. My channel is all about being an opulent achiever, and that is excelling in every area of your life. So I will talk to you all later. Y'all be blessed.